It's Insider's Your NASCAR Report. I'm filling in for Dan because he is away on vacation. My name is Joey Tron, and I'm joined with the man and the one and only NASCAR legend, Wrycape. How you doing today?
Sweet. I'm wonderful. I've been rolling. We didn't have the greatest week last week, but I'm liking what I see today, Atlanta.
All right. That's what's up. We'll do a quick recap of last week, and then we'll move into stuff for this week. So last week, unfortunately, we both rolled duds. However, the NASCAR Report parlay wins again. We are 2-0 on the NASCAR Report parlay. And if you have tailed both of them, you would be up 9.67 units. Pretty good.
Sweet. Yeah, I had Denny Hamlin. What I have in top three.
You had Denny Hamlin top 3 and Kostowski top 10.
Yeah, so Hamlin was pretty much top three the whole race until that last caution came out, and then Keselowski was running 5, 6, 7 pretty much all race, and he got pushed back on that final restart too in overtime. So yeah, I was looking good till the very, very end. It's happened to me a few times this season.
You're telling me. I had Harvick to win and Harvick top 3. He was literally in first until that restart. And then we both know what happened from there.
Yeah, I was rooting for Harvick.
It was unfortunate.
We both said. Yeah, as I said last week, Harvick and Larson were my top two guys I was on. And they both looked like they were going to cash.
But we'll leave that in the past. We'll move forward for this week. What do you think about those penalties that were put down in results of this Phoenix race?
Yeah, it's crazy that it's all Hendrick. But yeah, I guess when you put a piece on or alter a piece, you get penalized. That's what happened. So
I guess the one good thing though is I know Chase Elliott isn't racing, but I think he was the only one that was only impacted positively. I think he jumped 2 places because of this.
all right, yeah, and point
Yeah,
standing.
yeah, I think he jumped 2 because of this.
That's great.
So I guess getting hurt doesn't really hurt that much after all by missing some races. But
Yeah.
with that being said, let's jump into some track facts for Atlanta.
All right. So yeah, we are doing the Ambetter Health 400. This is race number 5 of 36 in the season. We're going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is 400 miles, 260 laps. This is a 1.54 mile oval, 24-degree bankings. This race is like a super speedway, but a much more narrow track. Byron took the checkered flag last year here. He's looking to go 3 in a row, actually, for the first time since Kyle Larson did it in 2021. This track was repaved at the end of 2021. It helps the cars go faster, so they are using the super speedway packages here, like they use at Talladega and Daytona. Last spring, there were 46 lead changes among 19 drivers. When it came back in the summer, there were only 27 lead changes between 12 drivers. So the track is still fast. Eventually it's going to get worn out and it's not going to be as much of a super speedway as we saw. But right now it drives like a super speedway, set up like an intermediate track. Handling will be huge here. The corners are tight. Ford dominated qualifying, but it's tough to go off of that because it was single car qualifying. We actually did see some cars spin off, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs. This is a drafting track, and I am going to be treading lightly here. Not much track history to go off of, except for last season. And, I'm not a big super speedway guy anyway.
Yeah, I think I think it's really interesting that we might see a first-time three-peat since the 2021 series. So that's actually pretty cool. Don't think it'll happen, but always fun to watch history.
Well, I have no Byron on my card, so
me neither.
Hopefully it doesn't happen.
But now I'll jump into Tron's trends. Just a couple quick trends about Atlanta Motor Speedway. Chevy has the most car manufacturer wins here at 43. Dale Earnhardt has the most wins at 9. Hendrick Motorsports swept both races here last year. The eventual race winner won 3 of 4 stages here a year ago. And this is one that I think is very interesting. Toyota drivers have not won in 10 straight races at Atlanta. It's been either Chevy or Ford.
Yeah, this is a Chevy heavy track, and Chevy has been real good all season. So
All
let's
right.
see if this is Ford's time to take a win from Chevy.
I mean, I like Chevy, but that's just me. But we're gonna move on to That's a Winner. So, Ryan, who do you like this week?
All right. So my first guy I called him out a lot last season, and he didn't come through for us. But I like what I saw from him last week, and this is Ryan Blaney. He's off his best performance of this year, second place finish at Phoenix last week. He's placed in the top 5 of the past 5 races in Atlanta. He was 17th last March. Hopefully, he gets better today, as I expect him to do. He has a 12th place average finish, a 2021 victory, 4 out of the top 5 in 9 Cup starts at Atlanta. Finished 17th in spring, led 15 laps. He was in the lead at the end of stage 2. In the summer race, he finished 5th, and he finished 4th in the first 2 stages. Over the past 2 seasons, Ryan Blaney's average finish at this type of track is 13.8. It's 4 races. He has 0 wins, 2 top 10s. And his average finish at Atlanta Motor Speedway all time is actually number 3, but the other 2 guys are not racing. That's Chase Elliott and Jimmy Johnson. So his average finish here is 12.1. In 9 races, he has 1 win and 4 top 10 finishes.
I like it. I like Blaney. I don't know. I still have a little bit of sour taste on how much he screwed me over last season, but we'll see.
Yeah, he looked good last week, so I'm hoping the momentum keeps up and he's there at the end.
Let's see what happens. Driver I like this week is Ross Chastain. I like him top 5 at plus 225 on Bet Rivers and to win outright at plus 1300 on Bet Rivers. He has an average rating of 87.0 at Atlanta, average finish of 9.8. His average finish is 17.5, and he started in 18 today. So I kind of like that little number trick right there, right around the cusp of where he typically starts. In 4 races since 2020, he has 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s here. In addition to that, both those second place finishes that he received were back to back, both last season. So with that being said, I kind of look for him to continue that momentum into this race. And Chevy as a whole, I really like the kit they're running with, love the cars, like how they did during qualifying. Even though Ford dominated that, this is a Chevy track. And I look for Ross Chastain to really continue what he's been doing this season. He's off to a good start, and there's no reason why he can't make this one his first one of the season.
Yeah, I'm high on him too. I'm high on all of Trackhouse, as you're going to see in a minute. But yeah, I have a bunch of Chastain bets. I actually have Trackhouse to win, and we'll see. I'll be talking about Suarez in a minute.
Yeah. And now we'll be moving on to our low rider. Rye, who do you like as a low rider this week?
All right. So my low rider is, as I just spoke of, Danny Suarez. When the track became new surface, this is the kind of track that he likes to run. He was 4th in the spring after leading 13 laps, 6th in the summer. Before that, he never finished in the top 10 in his first 6 races in Atlanta. He's been starting strong this season, 7th place finish at Daytona, 4th at California. He has a 10th at Las Vegas. He didn't do too well last week, but that's all right. He was also in the booth for the Xfinity race, so he should have a good idea how the track's running, what are good spots to get in, good lanes for him. Daniel Suarez's average finish to this type of track for the last 2 years is 11.8. So in 4 races, he has 0 wins, but 2 top 10 finishes. So I like that. I like Daniel Suarez this week. As I said, I like all of Trackhouse.
Good stuff. Me personally, I don't really have a big low rider this week. If I was playing a low rider, it would be Kevin Harvick at plus 2,500. I saw that on DraftKings. In 5 races here, he has 1 win, but I'm personally just really high on Chastain, and I'm sticking with him.
Yeah, as I say with every super speedway, you want to look for long shots here. Bet small to win big. That's what you got to do here. Look for long shots. Load up on those guys. Split a unit between a bunch of them. Cash one, you're good.
All right, we're gonna move on to head-to-head in group bets. Anything you like in that category, Rye?
Yeah, so I saw in Caesars they had Michael Medal over Eric Jones. He has that plus money, Michael McDowell. Eric Jones has really looked awful this season. He hasn't done much. This is the type of track he does well. This is also the type of track that McDowell does well also. And I just think he's going to be better than Eric Jones.
Good stuff. I just have one prop bet I'm doing this week. It's Alex Bowman to win Group C. I got that at plus 255 on Bet Rivers. He's going up against Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, and Tyler Reddick. Bowman has a 12.2 average finish here in his last 5 races. He has 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s with an average rating of 99.5. I don't really trust any Toyotas today. Really bad history here. The only person I'm generally worried about is Brad Keselowski. He can definitely pull out a surprise win here. However, after going first place, second place, and first place between 2017 and 2019, he's really plateaued and really has gone downhill at this track. So with that being said, I just see this wide open for Alex Bowman to come out and take it as a Chevy.
Yeah, Alex Bowman was pretty high on all my models, at least the top 10 in every single one of them. So he was a guy I was definitely looking at as well.
Good stuff. So if you want, we'll do a quick recap of all our plays, and we can tell them where else they can find us. All right, so for Rye.
Yeah, so I am taking Ryan Blaney, top 5. I found him plus 195 on Barstool. If you want to sprinkle on his to win, that is plus 1,100. I found was the best price. That was on Caesar. I have Daniel Suarez, top 10, plus 170 was the best price. I found that on Barstool. And then for him to win, I'll sprinkle a little bit, plus 3,100 was the best price on FanDuel. And as I just mentioned, I am taking Michael McDowell over Eric Jones. That's plus 105 on Caesars.
All right. And I am on Ross Chastain top 5, plus 225 on Bet Rivers. And for him to win at plus 1,300 on Bet Rivers. And Alex Bowman to win Group C. That bet is also on Bet Rivers at plus 255. All right, Ryan. So tell the people a little about you, where they can find you if they were interested more about you.
Yeah, so you can find all my plays up at Pick Advisor. I'll have these plays up on there shortly as free plays, so go check them out. Check out the website. I'm actually getting hot right now. I swept my last 2 cards. I had a pretty good Friday card, and I have some plays out. I guess they don't start for a little bit, so if you want to check them out, also go to PICKADVISOR.com. You can find me at Wrycape on all social media, and make sure you check me out on the Insiders Room Discord.
Yeah, similarly, I got plays up on Pick Advisor as well under Joey Tron. 2 of them, they don't tip off till later on tonight, so check them out. My free play today is Gonzaga -4. You can check me out on Twitter at Betting Underdog, and as always in the Insiders Room Discord. And Rye, like we always like to end off the show.
Happy race day. Let's catch some tickets.
Have a good one, everybody.